Otago come to town. Buller, one of those teams with 2 wins. North Otago, one of those teams with a win and a loss. Buller, once again, a strong contender in the Heartland Championship.
The ball's now gone to ground. Darling gets it on his knees, passes out there to the number 8, Murphy, and he tries to put it back in behind Tui Drever, who can't quite pick it up. Being kicked away by the lock forward there. McDonald going down towards the line. McDonald goes down on the ball, and they're only about 4 or 5 metres out from the Buller line there. Buller trying to pick it up, picked up there by North Otago. The forwards are only 2 or 3 metres out. Buller in real trouble here. Up to Darling. He crashes for the line, and he's gone, and he has scored. Ralph Darling has scored in the opening minute of play. And the captain and prop forward there, Ralph Darling, puts North Otago ahead.
The ball came out to Ralph Darling, started the move way back in his own territory, kicked ahead by Hulla Lever of North Otago, towed forward again by Tom McDonald, the big lock, who won the race to the ball but was tackled just short, and then the halfback got there just in time and popped it up to a charging Darling, who went over in the tackle of David Ecclestaff.
All right, Buller will have the scrum. They are about 15 in from the grandstand touch. Put in. Held in the back. Stevens gets it out there to Lash. Up there to Hogarth. Gives it, this time bursting through is Ravudra. Ravudra heading towards the line, and Ravudra will score. He cut right through the North Otago defence there. That was a beautiful bit of ball. And having a look now at the wet and forget replay, and Lash there just held the ball enough for Elias Ravudra to cut through, and he just kept running straight, and North Otago, Hala Lever and Pamit Malef grasping at air there, and he has scored right under the post and brought Buller right back into this game. They're about 18 metres out, and Buller have got it there with Lash having a little bit of a run. Runs into Via Matur. Put it down on the ground. Buller still with it under control. Stevens comes away there to the centre 3/4, Ravudra. Passing it out there. It's Ecclestaff. He's going to have a go for the line. No, it's Robbie Bonish. Gets dropped about 2 metres short. Gives it up to Anthony Ellis, and he is held up on the line, is he? No, he's been awarded the try. Well, Anthony Ellis, the try there for Buller, and Buller really chancing their arm there, throwing the ball around.
They were, Townie. Buller went to the right. Ty Lure tried to get to the line. He got tackled. Come back to the left, and Robbie Bonish out wide strolled through a gap. Got taken about 1 metre short. The ball popped up to Anthony Ellis, who rolled over to score. Well, the game's changed now, Townie. North Otago all over Buller in the first 15 minutes, but the last 5, Buller have scored 2 very good tries.
Stevens still with the ball under control, out there to Lash. He's going to go for a little bit of a run. Gets pulled to the ground there by Junior Fakatafita. Buller still with it. It's Leper. Gets it back there to Stevens. Gives it up there to Tui Drever. He's going to have a straight run, but runs straight into Josh Clark there. They driving back. Referee might have to stop the game now. That player's still on the ground. And a little pop kick over the top by James Lash. Will it bounce for him? And Lash has scored. James Lash, you magic man. And Buller, they just kept control of it, They worked it back, they worked it forward. The North Otago backs raced up quickly. Lash popped a little kick over the top, raced through, and it bounced kindly for him, and he has scored just to the left of the post.
Well, it was, Townie, it was beautiful from Lash. Just that little kick again. It's a tactic they've used all game. It didn't work for the first 15 minutes, but lately they've turned North Otago around.
Stevens gets the pad from the referee. Hooked by Mackay. And off goes Ecclestaff away to the right. Gives it up there to Tailua. Comes up to the 5'8". No, he doesn't give it straight up there to Neighbours, who gets almost tackled. He's 12 metres inside North Otago's territory. Stevens up there to Leper, the ball carrier. Straight into the forwards here. And they're midway 22 and halfway now. Waiting for it to come back is Stevens. And again, Buller will get a penalty. North Otago lying all over it. This time it is Tom McDonald who was lying all over it. Stevens, the captain, says, I think we might put this out in the corner, son. And Lash is saying, nah, give us a go. There goes Lash again. And, he's kicked it. He has kicked it. Well, good overruling there, if you like, from James Lash. So at halftime, though, Electra Services Buller 27. They lead North Otago 10. But, gee, it's an exciting next 40 minutes to come. Brownlee round his ankle. Smith again with it. Up there to Brown, the 5'8", tries to get into the centre. 3/4 Halalavia. And he drags a couple of players forward with him. Now they go back to the right. They're working one side to the other. Ralph Darling. Oh, tries to give it up. Oh, yes, it almost does go up there to...
the Winger Martin, I think.
The Winger Martin come in, is it? It's a North Otago now. They've got to score here as... they have flipped it up and are going to get it down and run around a wee bit, are they? Number 7 it is, was it? Junior Whakata Fifita has scored the try, and that is with, I would say, about 12 minutes gone on the clock. So another try there to North Otago. Junior Fifita there in the wet and forget replay. They just outflanked Buller in the end, and Buller seemed to hold them up, but the flanker there, as I say, Whakata Fifita, finishing off, and he has scored midway between the goalposts and the corner flag. Markey back to the right there. Look forward, McDonald trying to fire it across field. Oh, Buchanan puts a little kick in. Oh, there's no one home there for Buller, is it? Oh, yes. One hand there from the Buller player, and offside Buller too. Well, that was a little bit of loose covering there from Ravudra, and taken quickly there by the fullback Buchanan. He's going for the line and has scored. Well, Buller just a little bit lax in their defence at the moment. And North Otago right back in this game in the second half, with Buchanan scoring the try after the penalty, and a little bit of lax covering there has brought them back to 30 points to 22. Buller obviously started off again very, very slowly. 15 metres inside Buller territory. The prop forward there, rather Thankavia Matuhu, goes, he's still got the ball running with him. Taken out there to the other prop, and Brown goes for a little bit of a run. And fired back there. Oh, North Otago, they're all over Buller here. The number 8 now, Murphy. Down on the ground it goes. Markia, the prop, gives it up to Brown. Brown's going to go for the line and will score, and he'll come round to make the conversion easier. And suddenly, North Otago, they're just throwing everything at Buller now. And the Electra Services Buller side have gone all to pieces, as it's now Buller 30 and North Otago 29.
It's that momentum thing, Townie. North Otago have got it all behind them. They're running hard and straight, making Buller make the tackles, and they're slipping off a couple, unfortunately. And now North Otago, with this conversion, if it goes over, will take the lead. And the rain's coming down hard now, Townie.
Andrew Stevens, he's got the ball. Puts it in. Down by 31 to 30. Stevens gets it, a long one out there to Lash. Gives it up there to Sakura. Runs straight and hard at the North Otago defence there. Over go Buller. Stevens gets it up there to Ecclestar.
Penalty advantage, Timmy.
It is. As Stevens goes in. I don't know, the referee's been waving his hands all around here. And this time it is going forward. Glenn Duncan out there on the field. Gives it back to Lash. Lash has a drop goal. And the crowd love it! James Lash, you little beauty. And Mr. Cottrell says, that'll do you, lads. Well, Electra Services Buller have escaped with a win here at Victoria Square in Westport. North Otago, they came storming back in the second half. Buller, for the third week in a row, they have scored 3 tries. They haven't been able to get the bonus, but they've had 3 wins, Smithy, and that's what counts.
I will take the one we got out of jail there, Townie. Credit to them, they come back hard after half-time. We had a good lead, I think it was 20 points, but they come back. We fell a few tackles and let them back in, so we'll take it.
I'll bet they will. Last gasp, you'll take it all right.
Mainfreight Rugby. Results in week 3 of the Heartland Championship. West Coast win the Battle of the Coast. From a Company pushed all the way by Thames Valley Buller. Last minute drop goal, wasn't it, to beat North Otago. King Country looked good. South Canterbury retained the Hannon Shield. And Wanganui, wow, they were pushed 25-14 by Poverty Bay.
And the results of all of that on the points table. Wanganui and Horowhenua Kapiti lead the way by just a bonus point from Buller and South Canterbury. West Coast and North Otago very much challenging for a spot at this stage of the season in the Meads Cup. Mid-Canterbury languishing right down there towards the bottom. East Coast and Poverty Bay yet to get off the mark. But as we'll see in a moment, they play one another next week. That'll be a big battle. It's good to see you guys in the Heartland Championship. King Country will travel to Oamaru next week. That's a big game. We've told you already about the Poverty Bay East Coast. South Canterbury Wanganui, look out. West Coast Horowhenua Kapiti. Can Horowhenua keep their run going in Greymouth? They've started. Will they arrive? That's what that is all about. It's been a very interesting first 3 weeks of the Mitre 10 Heartland Championship. Remember, there's only 8 rounds of round robin before they split into the top 4 for the Meads Cup. The second 4 go to the Lahore Cup, and already it's starting to get a little bit difficult to figure out which way they're going to go. We'll tell you everything there is to know here on Mainfreight Rugby.